I feel like a lot of people really lost that touch of connection with me. Like I'm really not still like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all, okay, you know what? Y'all really want to hear this? Because I put a filter on my music. Because I do believe in, when you do music, you're incriminating yourself. I do believe in people play police games, for sure. So, but I'm like, y'all just really want to hear me say this shit? It's time for me to talk. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to get on the timing y'all want me to get on. Because people know I can get on that type of timing. But I just put a filter. I always try to keep a clean image, clean look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really
How were you able to kind of navigate that space of like still staying true to who you were and everybody rocking with the version that they, once adored from you and rock with you, but like maintaining, how do you do those two things, right? Like you said, like still honor this one group of people that know you for a certain aspect, but at the same time, still having this level of like evolution to who you're trying to be.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's one of the hardest parts as an artist, as an independent artist, and coming from the trenches and trying to elevate your life. It's finding balance. That shit is like the hardest thing ever. Because when you try to, it's like the hood may think you too good, and then like how they respect, proper people in a way, they don't really respect them. Like, oh, he's soft, or they that, and they kind of keep you over there. But it's like, you still got love for your genuine hood homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so when I was recording the process, I just really had to sit back and just be like, let me give them me, but give them enough game of where I'm going.
And we are back for another dynamic episode of Finding Your Niche with Niche. I'm your girl, Niche. Right now, sitting next to me is somebody that I don't even know how to start this. So I have a lot of really amazing people that come on the show. This is my first, person of this nature. I really feel like you're kind of a chameleon. Like, when I think about you, I don't want to just put you into one box. But obviously, you're in the music industry. You're an incredible artist. So, y'all, without further ado, let me welcome Rarri True.
It's popping.
Rarri, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah?
I'm feeling great. Yeah.
So I tried to do some research on you, and what I learned from doing the research is you don't do a lot of interviews, so I'm flattered.
I don't really like to talk no more.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like to get me out the house, it costs.
Yeah.
And that's really the real. Like, I don't really be wanting to talk to people. Because everybody got their own, perspective or their own look on somebody. They go off blogs, they go off what they think they heard, who they know. Until you get with me and know me personally, I don't even be wanting to talk to people. For real.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I think I do know is the production quality of the music that you put out. I think, as I'm learning about you, one of the things that really stuck out to me was the level of the production. Like, you go all in. You've made just an incredible amount of investments on the actual product. Definitely. And the output of it. So let's talk a little bit about Rarri the artist with your music. Talk to me about when you realized you wanted to start actually making the investment to have the quality of work that we see today.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like I started doing music in 2017, right? End of 2017. I wasn't taking it serious. I had a bunch of people around me, a bunch of fans, a bunch of people just investing into my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really care too much to do music. It got to the point to where I want to say last year or pandemic, right? Where it was you know what, I really need to start taking it serious. I felt like I wasn't a good rapper, a good artist just yet, but I had the lifestyle to match what I can really rap about.
Yeah.
So then after my music didn't catch up to my lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, until I bought a studio. So I purchased a studio, got a studio condo, and I locked myself in it for a whole year straight and just learned how to find my sound, find my niche, you know what I'm saying, my thing.
Yeah.
And then once I found my sound and I was able to go through the process of learning, it became like therapy. So I don't really talk to a lot of people because I kind of pretty much put my thoughts and my therapy to my music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think I agree with you. I think that's one of the other takeaways that I got after learning a little bit about you is the fact that, the type of music that you put out and you putting yourself into it, it's just like really raw. And I feel like, you being on this show, finding your niche with Nisha, I have people on the couch who have actually found their niche. And I will say, honestly, looking at your story, looking at your work, it feels like that is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And when I listen to you, it feels like, oh yeah, you in your bag, like you in your pocket, like that you need to keep doing that, because it feels like you're tapped in to like who you're supposed to be.
I'm learning to be locked in. Sure. Like it became therapy. So once I started like finding myself and just finding my sound and understanding my pockets, like my homies didn't be with me, like bro didn't be at the studio with me. They be like, I can just go in there and I don't write anything.
Wow.
I don't write nothing. I go in there, I find the vibe. One of my homies just asked me this, like, bro, how
for real, you don't write nothing?
Nothing. He'll tell you, my homie will tell you, like, my homie's like, I'm telling you, like, I don't write nothing. I go in there, listen to a beat. He just asked me, like, bro, how do you find what sound and cadence to put on the beat? I'm like, it just kind of pretty much speak to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get in there and whatever mood I'm in, I kind of find the beat that match that mood. Either it's a pain beat, or aggressive beat, a beat where it's kind of like mellow, but you can really talk so people can really understand what you're saying. It be off my days. You know what I'm saying? I just rap off the day and really go through what I've been through that week or last month or something that's really piercing my stomach. You know what I'm saying? I'll get it off. And once I get it off, I listen to it and it hit different to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I find that to be very interesting, because like the way that you rap, like you said, your cadence and just kind of just how you write the beat and stuff like that, it feels like it's written. Like it feels like very strategic, very scientific, also / like an artistic expression, but you just go in there and go off of what you feel.
I got an engineering mind.
Okay.
So it's like, and I majored in computer science. Low key, I ain't never told nobody that, but like,
okay,
a couple of my partners.
Techie?
Yeah, so it's like my brain it's gonna seem sharp because I'm a Virgo too. OCD, real clean. So it's like everything I do is pretty much precise. It's calculated.
Yeah. Are you a August Virgo or a September Virgo?
August Virgo.
I'm August too. I'm a Leo though.
Oh, you the 20?
I'm the 20th.
20th. I'm 24th. First day.
Dang, you just missed. Yeah, you just missed the Leo
I missed
train.
y'all, man. Leos, boy.
I want to play like a cool game. Okay, I need my phone, E. So I want to play this game where, first of all, like almost every song that I listen to, I like thoroughly enjoyed. You can give it to me on camera. It's fine. Every song that I listen to, I enjoyed a lot. So I'm going to just go off of some of like the song titles that you have.
Okay.
And ask you a question based off of the song titles.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so let me pull that up. Okay. Well, your last album that you did, that you just dropped, It's Time to Talk.
Yeah.
How do you come up with the album name, first of all?
I just feel like it was time for me to talk. I feel like a lot of times, come from where I come from in my background. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little bit ashamed of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was ashamed of my background because I seen my potential. I knew my potential. I knew I wanted to go. I didn't really embrace my culture of being a young black street little cat, you know what I'm saying, ripping and running with the homies. Like, I always wanted more, and I always seen myself more. So I kind of mimicked in a way. Like, I've always was ahead of my time. So when I used to go to like suburban areas, I used to go to like downtown by myself, dolo, I started to duplicate them. And it kind of took me away from like the street side. Like, it took away from my tough, aggressive side. So people used to be like, oh, you're a pretty boy, or oh, you clean, or you sharp, or your hands done, or you move this way and you talk this way, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really the same person inside, and I could turn into that person, but I started duplicating and mocking the places I really wanted to be. So when Time to Talk came out, I felt like a lot of people really lost that touch of connection with me, like I'm really not still like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all, okay, you know what? Y'all really want to hear this? Because I put a filter on my music. Because I do believe in, when you do music, you're incriminating yourself. I do believe in people play police games, for sure, so. But I'm like, y'all just really want to hear me say this shit. It's time for me to talk. Like, I'm going to get on the timing y'all want me to get on. Because people know I can get on that type of timing. But I just put a filter. I always try to keep a clean image, clean look. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's really
How were you able to kind of navigate that space of like still staying true to who you were and everybody rocking with the version that they, once adored from you and rock with you, but like maintaining... How do you do those two things, right? Like you said, like still honor this one group of people that know you for a certain aspect, but at the same time, still having this level of like evolution to who you're trying to be.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's one of the hardest parts as an artist, as an independent artist, and coming from the trenches and trying to elevate your life, it's finding balance. That shit is like the hardest thing ever, because when you try to, it's like the hood may think you too good, and then like how they respect, proper people in a way, they don't really respect them. Like, oh, he's soft, or they that, and they kind of keep you over there. But it's like, you still got love for your genuine hood homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so when I was recording the process, I just really had to sit back and just be like, let me give them me, but give them enough game of where I'm going. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to still give y'all me. I'm going to still talk about some of the things I've been through, because I feel like some of y'all need to hear this shit for real, because people got a lot of questions about me. I noticed this a lot. Like, people like, how you do this? How you do that? Or what happened to that friend? Or what is that? And I'm the person, I got traumatized behind blogs at one point in time in my life. So I'm the type of person, I don't even respond to they could say anything about me. I was on blogs a week ago. Mm-hmm. They crucify, say crazy stuff about me. And I'm like, I don't know where they get it from. You know what I'm saying? But even if they do get it, I don't care, because I don't respond at all no more, because that blog shit gets serious, them comments get serious, them people, mental health is real. You know what I'm saying? So I just stay out the way. I try to find balance and just vent to the mic. Explain to me what you mean when you say you got traumatized. Like what does that look like for you? I feel like, let's say the world, how you get introduced to the world, right? So I started doing music in 2017, early 2017. And like 2-3 songs into my project, into my music alone ever, I go viral from dealing with a woman. Okay, the world know that, you know what I'm saying? It took over my whole career and put me in like a reality like life, or like a whole nother phase of some shit that I just wasn't ready for. Yeah. So then, as coming from a guy who don't know Instagram for real, coming from a guy who don't know about how the entertainment world is and independent, that it can be overwhelming. Like, what's going on? Like, now you just moving off how people that you think in the industry is telling you to move. Yep. And little do you know, you looking like a clown instead of just being true to yourself and who you is, because I'm coming from the streets. I didn't know all this shit. I ain't know none of that shit was like real. You know, like, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? I used to follow it, but I'm not thinking one day I'm gonna be on that joint. I'm just like, shit, one day I'm gonna be a big rapper. I'm gonna be a get money nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then when it hit me, and it swarmed over. Yeah. And then I started seeing all these comments, all these people saying all this crazy and stuff, but you just gotta block that shit out, because people is evil and the world is evil. And if you don't really like know how to put the curtains up, it's like you'll be in a rude awakening. A lot of artists and people who got big fan bases are some of the most stressful, traumatized people. Yeah, that's a real thing. What would you say from all of that was your biggest takeaway? Biggest lesson learned? My biggest lesson learned when it came down to that situation? Honestly, I don't know, I just keep my mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like at one point in time, right, like, I said too much only because I was coached by something, you know what I'm saying? But I should have just been me the whole time. Me would have just been like, player, this is a normal thing. Women is a normal thing for me. Like, money is a normal thing. I should just kept it gangster and just kept moving. And then it would have converted to something more lucrative instead of me having to work super, super, super hard. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, of course, my fashion, my lifestyle was way in front of who I actually was at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know how to rap for real at that time. I didn't have the politics and relationships and resources that I had at that time, where I can really call, hey, take this down, hey, do this or do this, hey. You know, now I got those relationships. Back then I ain't had those type of relationships. It was just, that's what it was. You was out there in the world. In the wilderness. Dang. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is though. But however, you are making some noise now in a different way, which I will commend you on that. Like I said, the music is incredible. I love your sound. I love what you're talking about and how you said you've been able to kind of put that filter on it. Okay, so I'm going to name some of the titles of songs and then ask you questions based off of the titles. Okay, so let's do... I'm actually torn. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite songs so far. I like Make a Toast, but I also like Role Model. Okay, so let's start with Role Model. Who for you has been the biggest role model in your life? Maybe personally and musically. Personally, I'm going to give it to my older brother, Jay Carter, because he do engineering. You know what I'm saying? He in computer software and tech. He got an engineering brain. My other brother, Rome, his best friend. They always been around me, but I was always like in the streets doing other little stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like, they always kept me business savvy. Like, without them, I probably wouldn't be as like successful as I am now because they business savvy. They just got that culture. They do project management over huge companies with millions of dollars. So it helped me see how to operate a system and become a CEO. So I say them, and then of course like Jay-Z, not really on the musical side. Like I listen to his music, I love his music.
Yeah.
But like more on the life coach side.
Okay.
Being like, so I run One Nation. Jay-Z is Rock Nation, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? And then like Jay-Z got a cleaner look. He ain't scruffy, crazy looking. I got a cleaner look. You know what I'm saying? He was more of he sold his music as a product, and I'm selling my music as a product. But on the back end, all his other products was really what made him a mogul.
Yeah.
So I kind of study that blueprint, like, cause everybody gonna be able to be in the camera all day long, all forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, your music on Lil Wayne was one of the hardest artists to me ever in the world.
Same. Me and my brother just had this conversation the other night. My brother came over for Cinco de Mayo, and he was telling me like, people keep sleeping on Wayne, but like
Wayne was huge.
Would you say Wayne is top 10?
Top 10 for me, for sure.
Really?
For sure. Lyrics is for sure, bar for bar. Like, he put that urge in you to have punchlines. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just rapping. He was punchline. Like, how you thinking you'll go back to a song 4 times and still ain't caught on. You know what I'm saying? So they was big influences on my life. But Jay, truly, Tupac, truly.
Pac, yeah.
Pac was a real one. He spoke from his heart. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I speak. And a couple of business moguls.
Yeah.
For real, for real.
But do you have, what would you say is the greatest verse of all time?
The greatest verse to me, from myself or somebody else?
Somebody else. I feel like it's one from Pac for me. I'm from Cali, so I'm a little biased.
I don't know. I think Wayne got some.
You think Wayne still?
Wayne too hard. Wayne was hard. Wayne had you around that motherfucker tripping.
Have you met him before?
Nope. Both our last name Carter.
Wow.
And Jay-Z last name Carter. So,
Destin.
I know, it's crazy. I just thought of that. That just bugged me up.
Dang.
Straight up.
Dang. So you think Wayne has the greatest verse of all time?
Or Drake. Drake got some.
How do you feel about Drake?
Drake hard.
Because some people sleep on Drake, but I was like, you can't deny, Drake is Drake. There's nobody like Drake. Undeniable. Even if somebody's writing for him.
It wouldn't even matter.
It don't matter. It's still hard.
That's the goal. See, people, that's what I feel like, right? In the industry, people try their ways so many times to pull a person down. What's the point of being the best artist in the world if you can't have people come in and give input? Like, you think you're going to be able to run a company? Like, you got to look at the music business like a company, right?
Yeah.
He's the product. He's the LeBron James, right? So, at the end of the day, LeBron James won't be LeBron James without his point guards, without his shooting guards, without his centers. LeBron James won't be LeBron James without him spending $5 million on his body for his health coach. LeBron James won't be LeBron James without, you see what I'm saying? So, Drake is a LeBron James with all those tools, no matter if they're writers, coach, life coach, it wouldn't matter. That's how you become number one. You gotta have people around you that can take you from this point to this point. Oh, you know what? You shouldn't say that. Say this. Bring my life into yours. That's another
comedians do the same thing.
You gotta sharpen people. You gotta sharpen your team up, sharpen your product up, especially. If this your product and y'all making billions of dollars or millions of dollars, why not have it as sharp as possible?
Yeah.
People oh, he got a writer. So what? You listen.
Period.
So what?
I love that. Okay, let me pick another song. No Ego. When was the most recent time that you had to keep your ego in check?
Every day.
Every day?
Yep.
In what sense? Give me an example.
Man, I just had a situation 2 days ago. I feel like because I'm a real person, at the end of the day, people really take advantage of how big I can really go on people. You know what I'm saying? I let people love and deal with me for me as a real person as DJ or Dejari or Rarri. You know what I'm saying? When I go to Rarri, I can always convert them and be look, me and you not on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of times, but I don't do that to people I genuinely bring into my circle. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say one time, you know how the rap game is. You'll be you kind of don't DM people first. You kind of you don't want to make it seem like you chasing somebody or you introduce it's weird. You know what I'm saying?
It is weird.
You DM a person, now they looking at it, they see it, they seen it. You see your DM like I see my DM. We all see our DMs. I don't give a fuck how many followers you got. I have 400-some thousand followers right now, and I get a million DMs for real. Like I can show you proof. I get probably 50, 60 DMs a day.
Wow.
And I still, at the end of the day, when I got a little downtime, go and just pop through, check like, okay, da-da-da. And some things be worthy, some things don't be. But people see them DMs, especially when you got blue check. Well, I don't know, it's a little crazy now with the blue check marks. But like, just think about it. People see them DMs.
Yeah, they see them. They see them.
So it's like, one time I was afraid to DM this venture capitalist guy. He from Atlanta. Well, he from Chicago.
Okay.
But he moved to Atlanta. I wasn't afraid. I'm just like, man, I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? To be DMing motherfucker and they get I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put my ego to the side and reach out because it's a bigger vision, it's a bigger goal that I'm trying to accomplish.
Okay.
And I felt like I actually met him through Him 500.
Okay.
Right? And then I did some research. I'm like, yeah, he fit the portfolio of what I'm trying to do in the next 2 years, on something I'm trying to build in the next 2 years. And I'm speaking 2 years from now, I mean in 2025 for real.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to connect with him because he understands a piece that I haven't learned yet. So let me DM him. I DM'd him. We locked in, got each other's number, then we talked. And then I actually told him, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, like, I was a little bit, in my bag, like I ain't really want to DM. He like, yeah, man, you stuck in Black Hollywood in that world. He kept it gangster. It was like,
wow.
I'm talking about, crushed my chest immediately. Like, he like, listen, that's not how true businessmen operate. Like, they reach out, they DM, they LinkedIn, they do all these things that y'all don't do because y'all ego's in the way. And that's when it hit me like, I need to, if I got potential and I'm smart enough, people will listen. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you talking about something that really hold value. Opportunity, you never know who give you opportunity. A kid can walk in here and be a whole new invention or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
you do be open-minded to opportunity and listening.
So because you have a lot, like you said at the top of the interview, you have a lot of business acumen, like you understand business in a different facet. For people who may not know what that means, venture capital, can you explain that?
Just the person, listen, you're getting to this kind of, listen, just people who see ventures and add capital. Yeah, make it real simple, right?
Some people who have money, basically, that can help you get to the next
billionaires.
Billionaire
relationship.
And so you put your ego aside and decided to reach out to that person.
Billionaires.
And they put you on game. So now are you gonna do anything differently since you got that information?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Back to that no ego, right? The reason I made that song is because in Chicago, or my immediate friend group, I felt like everybody, and I ain't trying to diss my partners or nothing, I just felt like everybody was trying to be number one. And a lot of people don't have number one potential. They think they do.
Yeah.
But then when you get in that position, you realize how hard that shit really is. And like, they all got egos. Like, prime example, like, if I'm the brand and I'm the face and I got the most following or the most baggage, why are y'all not protecting the product, the brand?
Yes, that's
people
good.
Like, oh, I ain't finna do that, or they think they too good, and it's like, bro, like, your camp will never be great. Your camp will fall on y'all dicks. I'm talking about if they not right. You know what I'm saying?
Too many chiefs.
Too many. It's like, you gotta realize that's not the way the government work, the chain of command, the army work. Everybody have foot soldiers. Everybody have generals. You know what I'm saying? So people didn't understand that everybody had egos. So I was like wishing all my niggas ain't had egos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wish they didn't have egos because we'd be way further than where we are today.
And I think that's big, like what you're saying, because a lot of people don't realize that there's also a lot of power in being number two.
For sure.
So like you just mentioned, like the whole circle with Drake and everything, like the people that are number two,
be tough.
Straight. They straight.
Tough, for sure.
They is
and don't
straight.
have to deal with the politics, the comments, and none of that.
Exactly. And there's a lot of power being number two.
For sure.
Okay, so let's see. Let me do another one. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I
don't want to talk. Keep telling you, I'm getting further and further from not speaking. I'm mad. I gotta, like, I gotta give it. I gotta let it out. So I choose music how I let it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to go sit on another leather-looking couch and be talking to some crazy woman about my problems.
No.
But no. Don't talk to me. Nigga, don't talk to me, bro. I don't want to hear nothing.
Okay, talk to me about a time where you were kind of in a dark place and you felt like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Man, I be in dark spaces. Because I be having a lot of shit going on in the real world. Niggas be trying, money be coming up. females, blogs, this, politics, who you ain't doing what for, family. Just be a lot, you know what I'm saying? Being that I ain't made it. People in their mind think I really made it.
It feels, if you scroll on Instagram, you made it.
I mean,
Like
from where I come from, for sure.
Okay.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people got limits. Like, that to me is not. I'm like 15% in.
Yeah.
In my world, where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
That's like 15%.
Like scratching the surface.
I promise you, I'm not even like. I'm half. Like, if you think big is
Yeah.
that's big, that's.
So when you see that, because I always ask this question to people, because I always find it fascinating. Like, if somebody were to imagine themselves like at the top of their success or the peak of their success, a lot of people say they don't celebrate their achievements. To me, like what you've been able to do is a big achievement. Do you not consider your current success as an achievement since you feel like you're just now getting started?
In a way. But like, no, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a large appetite. So I got to understand and accept the large plates and foods that come with this appetite. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me personally, where I see myself in the next 10 years, like, is life-changing.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to change the world in a way. Like, I'm on that type of time. I don't study Elon Musk and Jay-Z and all these people and Bezos and put these people through my Instagram slides for nothing. Like, I'm a real manifestation type of person. And if you look on my Instagram and you scroll back to like the last slash, you will see some of the Jeff Bezos, some of the Elon Musk, Jay-Z's, Tupac's, because this all I'm learning and preaching to now. Like, I don't even want to see nothing else. I don't want to talk to nobody else. If you're not on this right here, I'm tunnel vision. I'm just locked in, over locked in right now. That's all it is. Yeah.
So how do you quiet the noise? Because there's a lot of noise, like you said, and you're like people hitting you on Instagram. Like I would say maybe 40-50% of your Instagram, the thumbnails at least deal with you having money. So of course people are gonna be hitting you for that.
I'm poor as hell.
Yeah.
Poor as hell. Don't believe Instagram. I'm cap. I'm cap. I got no money. I'm poor as shit.
You poor?
It's fuck. compared to where I'm trying to go,
Okay.
I got nothing.
Okay.
If I can't change the people's lives I really want to change right now, like, don't get me wrong, I feel like I can change them.
Okay.
But it don't have to be currency. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the first go-to people think.
That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta really, like, if we really talking, like, we gotta really sit down and understand this shit. Like, I feel like I got successful in a way off a small amount of money, but a large amount of information. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people think it's the money that's gonna make me, like, it's not the money, it's the information. People purchase information all the time.
And I think, like what you're saying about that, the information, I think one of the biggest ways that you can become evolved and that you can change is also your level of exposure. Yeah. So kind of like how you were saying, like, going and visiting like the suburb areas, like when you just have another level of exposure, it changes you.
Yeah.
And it opens you and it gives you more information.
Make no excuses. I was talking to one of my billionaire friends like 5 days ago, I think. And they told me something that stuck with me so crazy that it changed the way I even looked at the trenches. He told me, he said, you know why the trenches will always be the trenches and poverty will always be poverty? I said, why? He said, because there's a lazy person born every day. He said, the trenches, he said, think about this, right? Look at all your story. Look at all y'all, he kept it gangster with me. He said, look at all, he was Asian. He said, look at all y'all black people. Look at all y'all stories. They all kind of cliche each other. I came from nothing. That's what we say. We came from nothing, we made something. And I said, that's true. That's a real thing. He said, but you know what's the difference between your story and their story and the people who's still in the trenches? He said, you decided to get up. He said, lazy people going to forever be poverty because there's always going to be a person that don't want to overcommit. The people who really want it, going to get out the trenches. So it's not like, yeah, you did come from nothing. You just came from a lazy-ass environment.
Yep.
Poverty is not poverty for real. It's laziness, pure laziness. Because if people really wanted to get up and change, they'll do it. So they good with welfare. They good with link cards. They good with, EBT. They good with waiting the taxes come and go crazy. They good with child support. They good with that.
Yep.
Because they don't want to get up and use their feet and their legs to go pursue their dreams. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it hit me like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, we always talk about saving poverty. You can't save a lazy person. They're going to drown you.
Oh.
It's crazy. I'm serious.
That's
It's
good.
billionaire knowledge. You see what I'm saying? When you got that type of friend group around you, and then you can go into poverty and you can go into the trenches and talk to the same guys, and then they talk to you, be like, everything you hearing it out their mouth be excuses.
Yep.
You kind of distance, like, damn, because now they feel like you don't even have a heart for them no more. But it's not the case. It's just like, I'm a logical person already, and then I've been around people who think logically too now. And it's like, damn, I can't really handle that or fuck with that no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the space I've been in lately.
Yeah, I think for you, after getting that information, like, what would you say was the biggest challenge for you to overcome that mindset, that lazy mindset? Did you ever have that?
Nah.
You ain't never been lazy.
I've never been lazy. I've never been lazy.
Where did that come from?
I mean, my father was in the streets and my mama was in the streets. They fast money people. They get money. Like, my father get money and my mama get money. So, like, that was I always had hustle in me, ambition in me, grind in me. Like, I'm talking about real street shit, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, on top of that, like, I don't know, I always wanted the best things in life. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to, my family wasn't going to be able to give it to me. So I'm like, nah, I got to get out here and by any means, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, I lived off morals and principles and got to a point to where, like, I actually learned how to make money. And then it was like, all right, I'm going to do it this way and do it this way. I still go through trials and tribulations. I still go through times where, like, damn, I just spent some crazy amount of money. And I'm like, it'd be like, hold on, I can't be broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, But I do realize, though, the things I spend my money on now is completely different than how I used to spend my money. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, let's say I spend $200,000 or $100-something thousand on like a development or a property or something.
Okay.
I feel broke. I'll be back, like, I might have to go back to the streets. But then, like, having that type of information that I paid for.
Yep.
When my next bag come around, or my next load come around, or my next investors, or whatever we doing, and my team, my partners, whatever I build come around, that should be bonuses.
Yeah.
And then that's what buy my watches or buy my shirts, my cars and clothes, and have me a little time where I go on Instagram and do my thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and I think that's actually, like, you can actually speak to that, because I think that's powerful. Because when people get a bag, you know, they think, like, this is it, they up, but they don't really realize the importance of, like, reinvesting.
Oh.
Can you talk about that?
That's number one. Like, if your money not going right back into chain of command, it's never your money. Like, I truly believe, like, you supposed to like, they say when you're financially free, you're supposed to live off the interest for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you deal with banks, you deal with all these corporations, all these CD accounts, trust accounts, all these things, like, these are people who live off interest of their money sitting because they made so much money. You know what I'm saying? And then we as people try to keep up with people who living for free for real. Like, but it can get fake in between. You can see little loopholes, but it's like, you gotta be able to see the whole picture. Like, you gotta be able to see the whole picture. Like,
I think it's interesting, like,
invest your money.
Right. When people think about, like, you know, if I just think about people's relationship with money, it's tricky. Because, I don't know, it just gets real sticky because it can change you.
Yeah. I just think that it just don't change the person. It changed everybody. It changed the whole stigma, the whole situation. Like, when people get money, if you don't have, I think I said this on my live like some months ago, like, we come from poverty. You know what I'm saying? 80% of us come from real life poverty for real. So, like, we don't have financial education. That's like rule one. Like, we don't have financial education. And then we don't really never finish any school. So, like, even when you try to go into college, some of them who try, they barely finish, you know what I'm saying? Or they go into business or the simplest shit just to say they got a degree, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really get into that complex of thinking. And I think that when it comes down to money, we chasing a high that we'll never reach.
Yeah.
Like, you chasing a real high. When trying to, that fake seeing is believing, I got to show more so I can receive more, that's a cool little process too. That's cool, I've been through that process. But, like, then you start seeing billionaires. And it's not even that I just keep screaming this. I'm just like, I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, plain T-shirt on, no logos, not this. You know what I'm saying? But no logos, shirts still the same amount. It's like, you know, but they value, like, their watches. They value their boats. They value their homes.
And that's what you want to be on.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Like, right now, I'm still in, like, the Black Hollywood market where I still have to sell to get to a certain level of finance, then I can convert. Everybody got their time frame. Like, I seen when Jay was like, yo, don't be in a rush to your career. Like, let it happen. If it's meant for you, it's gonna happen. You can have 10 years of bad luck and 1 year everything changed. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in that. Like, stop
That's
rushing
good.
the process. Like, if I used to rush the process. Ferrari, like, that was my name. Like, I used to rush, like, get money fast, blow money fast, live life fast, get chicks, the whole nine, like, you know. And now I feel like because I'm getting older and I'm just realizing how fast money can leave your hand too.
Yep.
Like, hold on, nah, we gotta figure this shit out.
Right.
Like, this can't just be, I'm gonna get another bag tomorrow. Like, you gonna go blow. I watch strippers do it all the time.
I think one of the other cool things about your music and what you're talking about, you know, when I think about you talking about money, I think in affecting the people around you, one of the other songs that you have is Friends and Foes.
For sure.
Can you talk to me about, or tell me about that aspect of learning, you know, what is your definition, I would ask, of a true friend? What are some of the bullets that you would be like, okay, this is somebody who I can really
I'm gonna be
rock with?
100 with you. A true friend to me is, he gonna feel like my fucking enemy. Cause he gonna push me so hard. Nah, for real.
Wait. Okay, wait. No, this is good. Okay, so
Nah, for real.
okay, so explain.
Like, a friend to me is a person who constantly criticizes me, who constantly pushes me, who constantly tell me to get up, who constantly make me go do what I say I'm gonna do, who constantly hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that friend shit, you just a yes man, we going to party, we going to fuck this bag off and hit these girls and do all. Like, that's cool. That's a acquaintance. A friend is somebody like, you say you want to be this person, be that person at all times. You know what I'm saying? Be that person at all times. Like, I need my friends to be hardcore gangsters, like, don't tolerate nothing. Like, we almost got a beef and bump heads. Nah, for real. Like, I want my friends, we got to be in each other's face, mugging each other. Like,
Yeah.
that's a real friend to me. Like, I feel like that's my true friend. You ain't no hater. If you saying something that logically makes sense for me to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know I'm finna slip up or I'm finna crash out or something, you know what I'm saying? You know I'm really like that.
Yeah.
Stop me in my process. That's a true friend. Like, nah, blood, you know what you finna do, right? And really make me sit down and think about, like, man, I was finna, you know what I'm saying? Them true friends. Them true friends.
Yeah, I think that's dope. But the thing that I would want to know and that I would be curious about is, how receptive are you to that? Like, this, it's one thing to say you want that, but then when it comes and somebody does try to check you or keep you in line, like, how
I'm
receptive?
smart enough to understand body language, characteristics, and the people I'm around at this point. Because if I was to hang around a friend and was to want that, I give that off too. So at the end of the day, it's gonna mirror. You know what I'm saying? I'm that person who gonna push my partners to do the most.
Yeah.
Like, all my friends hate me. I know this. I'm serious. I think 80% of my friends that I grew up with do not like me, for real. They hate me. Like, but I know the core of them
Yeah.
loves me. And I think if anything was to happen to me, everybody would be heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? Some real shit. But, like, I think they hate me as who I am. Like, bro, he just too much. He push us too hard. He get into it with us. He's a perfectionist. He's OCD. He's narcotic. You know, all that narcissism.
Yeah.
Like, they say all that about me. And I'm just like, my bad. Like, I'm sorry if the goals that I want to reach, I had to realize that too. Like, some of the goals that I want to reach and some of the things that I want to do in life, other people don't see themselves going that far. And you can't force them.
Yep.
That was one of my biggest, I swear, that shit broke my heart several times.
Yeah.
To notice I lost some of my friends to Clubhouse. Like, I lost some of my friends to politics, and they just don't see themselves going that far. And it's like, and I used to fight them like, bro, why you can't just, I'm like, bro, no, that's what you want to do. And I'm like, bro, we all come from the same shit, so you wouldn't want to get this far?
Yeah.
Some people don't want to get that far for real. So you just got to, like, learn to live with it. And that's the breaking point that you're like, damn, I really got to disconnect
That's crazy.
the love and the friendship, because this is 15, 20 years of friends, pampers, crawling, fights, stealing bikes, whole nine, like, to the point where it's like, I can't even talk to you.
Yep.
Shit is a heartbreaking situation. I done had that plenty of times. Had to let people go that I thought was gonna be there forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of a gift, what would you say has been your favorite part of your journey so far?
What, musically or just being just an entrepreneur mogul? Like what?
Entrepreneur, yeah, musically.
As an independent person?
Yeah, as an independent person.
My gift, my favorite part, I just think being able to process it. For real. Being able to process all the shit that I'm going through, everything that I see around myself. Like, I got to learn how to handle my temper.
Yep.
Got to learn how to say no when needed. Being able to love properly, not be used. Like, learn how to really facilitate that shit. Because when you they say when you successful, it get lonely at the top. I think it's a real thing. I do believe in that. But I don't think that people leave the person. I think the person leave the people. Because you be heartbroken in so many different ways. Like, you can't trust, you can't love properly. Everybody is pulling you. Like, when you at the very top, it's only one way you can go, and that's down. When you at the bottom, the only way you can go is up. So I feel like people that be at the top like to be solo because anything can change the system at any given moment. So I feel like my biggest gift of my lifestyle of who I am as a person today is learning how to process things at a fast, rapid rate.
Yeah.
Like, where I'm almost light years ahead of people. Like, I can see what they trying to do already. But then, like, sometimes I do get caught in the crossfire by loving somebody or loving people. Like, I'm going to take this chance for you. Even I know it ain't a good chance, know it ain't a good situation, I'm still going to do it. And I've done it and been crossed out and then finna crash out. And I have to get back in my bag and say, don't trip, God going to bless me in a different way. And it happen all the time.
Yeah.
It happened just like that.
Speaking of loving hard, do you see yourself being like in a monogamous, like, long-term relationship?
Yeah, maybe when I'm like 40.
So what, 10 years? How old are you, 30 something? 29? You'll be 30 this year or you'll be 29?
This year.
This year, wow. So you can see it, it's in your future.
Yeah. But my chick gotta be strong as hell. Like, she gotta be strong.
Strong as in, like, she gotta tolerate what? What do you mean?
Like, just mental. Like, I need somebody who can really help dissect everything. Like, I'm a real nerd, but like, I'm a real person at the same time. And I'm aggressive, and I'm everything they probably say I am. You know what I'm saying? Probably is a loose cannon, I don't know. But at the same time, I need my woman to be able to see the signals, see the signs, and be able to help, like,
Be your calm.
be that flow, be like water.
Yep.
Just whatever it is.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just said you were a nerd.
Yeah.
I want to ask you too, what are some things about you that people may be surprised to know?
I think I read like books every month.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What's the last book you read, and what did you take away from it?
Man, I read so many books. I'm gonna be a band. I probably read about 4 or 5 books a month. I try to read a book a week.
Dang.
Yeah. I done read a lot of books and I done gained a lot of knowledge from it. Because they said if you want to have something from put in a book, that shit's real. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I just read once a week and I try to, it really be my Sundays. Like days like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sit down and read. Rich Dad, Poor Dad was one of the books that I just got.
Oh, that's a classic.
Fell in love with. Like, the common, normal books, but I think lately I've been stuck on this this Bible literature series called Zohar.
Zohar?
Yes, the Zohar, something like that. I think that's what it is.
What are they talking about?
It's basically like the book is wrote backwards. It's chapters and it's different books. It's almost like the Bible in a way, like Jesus and stuff like that. It's in the Jerusalem way, but it's written backwards. So it tells you how it ended, and then you got to read in a way where you can figure out why that even happened. It's real, like.
No,
you know
I was reading a book like that actually, where it's like the Bible, but it's like made into like a novel.
Yeah.
So, but it gives you like that. It gives you the story in chronological order, like how things actually like.
Kind of like how the Quran is like. It's like, I'm real spiritual too, so like I just really pay attention to stuff like that, and like I said, Rich Dad Poor Dad. 48 Laws of Power, is it?
Yep.
Which other book I just read? I think like a couple of weeks ago. Oh, the the documentary on the McDonald's real estate thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was reading that, and I watched it on Netflix. It was kind of like, it seemed like it was a little different in the book than it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
They cleaned it up a little bit, but I found gold in that. Like I found gold.
A ton of value.
A ton of value. Just to see like how you would think that you something because of what people label you as, and you a whole another entity.
Yep.
Like you may think a person a rapper the whole time, he might be a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like you just never, because people live through music.
Yep.
Emotions and things hit differently. You know what I'm saying? You can probably connect to a person's lifestyle. That's why people gain fans. Because people like, I like what that person, I can relate to them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just crazy how complex and diverse it can get.
Okay, so I'm interested to know just like a couple little more aspects to who you are, like your personality.
Okay.
So, what makes you laugh?
I don't know. I'm a serious person on the low.
So you don't laugh?
I do laugh. Of course, everybody laughing now. But like, I think my kids make me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sons make me laugh. They funny as hell.
My daughter's hilarious to me. I feel like she's the funniest person on the planet.
Yeah, my kids make me laugh.
The kids are funny. Like, they be wilding.
They're real creative too. And it bugs you out.
Yeah.
To see them grow. You know what I'm saying? And talk to them. And I get to see my kids every here and there. So like when I see them and I talk to them, I'm so busy. The new stuff that they learn. Like matter of fact, this was last week. I'm riding through Peachtree. Me and my son, he in the front seat, and I never put him in the front seat. He 5. I never.
I would be so scared.
Don't do this at home. I put him in the front seat, right? He put his seatbelt on. We listening. We kicking it. And he like off the role model song. I had a ski mask on, an orange one, right?
Oh yeah.
He obsessed with this mask. Like obsessed. So he keeps saying, Dad, I want to get the mask. I want to get the mask. I want to get the mask. So we go to Lenox Mall. I buy him the mask. He's super, super, super hype. So on the way back, I'm like, look, I'll buy you a pair of shoes every week, every Friday, and I'll get you a new mask for the rest of the year. If you can read every sign from this point all the way till we get to the house. It blew my mind. 5. No, when I say it blew my mind, it blew my mind. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I was kind of happy and like amazed.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, damn, this is my son. Like I was kind of fanned out on my son to see like, we ride. I'm like, what's that? What's this? What's this? What's that? What street sign is that? And he was really pronouncing them and kept even on the street lights. We would drive past it, you would be a glimpse. I'm like, I know he ain't get it. He got it.
Yeah.
And it tripped me out. Like, yo, like, damn, my son could really read that good. Like, and he's a Virgo like me, so I know he's intelligent. But it's like, it just tripped me out. It tripped me out. So that made me laugh super hard. Cause I told his mom, like, yo, he could read like this?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Saying words that I almost had. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that made me laugh.
I love that.
Talking crap with my partners. People be thinking they somebody they not. That shit made me laugh.
Do you have a moment where it just felt like total bliss? It was like, man, I wish I could always stay in this moment right here for the rest of my life.
Nah.
Not yet.
Nah, I do have moments where in a way, but never like forever. I do really enjoy certain moments, like real happy, loud, energetic moments with like certain people I love. But I just think it always got to do with like love for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're around people you love and you know it's lit, don't you wish you could just take all the people you really, really, really love with you?
Yep.
Like, that be them, and then them long conversations with old friends and you trying to catch up and you doing so great and they not really doing as great, but you still got faith and hope in them. Those be the moments I'd be like, man, I wish I could just change the world and culture so I can really bring them. And it's like, it's not real. You gotta constantly go back to like, man, that's not real. It's not a real thing, Rob. You know it's not real, right?
Yeah.
You can't save 1 million people. Like, you might can in a different way, but you can't personally go touch and save 1 million people. Like, you're gonna have to do it in a way where it's outreach, social medias and inventions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Anybody that you lost that you wish could see you today?
For sure. Oh man, my little brother, for sure. Keith, right here. for sure. Every day. Every day. That's a real touchy subject.
What is it that is like exactly that you were like, man, I wish you could see this particular aspect of who I am
I
today?
just miss my boy, like, you know what I'm saying? I just miss my shorty, like, I miss him to death, like, I can't even, like, I don't know. Death is real. We all know that, like, that's gonna happen to everybody, but, like, when somebody leave who you just, like, love unconditionally like that, that in your mind, in your world, never done nothing wrong, I don't know, it hit different when you never seen a person do bad, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And leave my little brother, some of my best friends, but mainly my little brother, like losing a little brother, living longer than your little brother is like is a traumatizing thing for real. Like, hell yeah, I wish I could see him every day. And it been times I thought I seen him in my crib in the kitchen, and I'm chasing his ass like.
Really?
Hell yeah, I'm not afraid of no death or no ghosts and none of that shit. If I think I imagine I seen my little brother in the corner somewhere in the house, I'm not hiding.
You're not scared?
No way. I'm trying to come kick it.
You think you can get visitation from the afterlife?
Hell yeah, I hope I do. Hell yeah. If I get visitation from the afterlife, sit down and come have a drink with me.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of my demons. I'm not afraid of nothing, like none of that. Cause I don't know. I feel like I absorbed it. Like I don't know. If my little brother can be in whatever angel form, whatever afterlife form, and to come sit on the couch with me, I would sit there I would give everything up. Just to chill with him the whole time and get drunk as hell and laugh, and do whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Life is a real thing. Yeah.
I love that.
For sure.
All right. So as we get ready to close, I want to ask you, what do you do music for?
I do music for the underdogs, for the entrepreneurs, for the people who ain't got label deals yet, major label, I mean. I do music for my own therapy, people that can relate to me as a person, people who has been misled, misguided. I do music for the people who, like, for the fans who think they know and they don't really know people's lifestyles, and to tell my story for real. And there's only so much more that we can open up to.
Yes, I'm here for it. Rarri, thank you so much for sitting with me.
Thanks so much, Niece. Appreciate
I
you.
learned a lot from you. This conversation was amazing. I'm so proud of you and what you've already been able to accomplish. And yeah, we up.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Niche.
Peace.